Hi everyone, this is Jacqui Cooper with JCooperTravels, and I today have a very special guest, Donna. We connected on LinkedIn, and we connected on LinkedIn because we have a variety of interests, both in business as well as in marketing and in public relations, and also in travel. And I'm super excited to have Donna here so she can talk about more about what she does both in the business side and both where she's traveled and her bucket list and all that other great stuff. Donna, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you go ahead and share a little bit more about your business? I know you have a very unusual business name, and maybe tell us how it got started.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jackie. Let's see, my business is Red Stiletto, Get to the Point, and it's public speaking for entrepreneurs. And I started it, one, because that's one of the things that I have struggled with the most over the years is public speaking, and really started with being tongue-tied and no words coming out of my mouth to being able to speak in front of audiences. And now I have all of that to share with people. And that's really what I have that I want to work with people on, because I know if I can do it, anybody can. um, so I started it really over the last little over a year, and I'd been networking for several years before that, and I noticed that a lot of people were just really not showing up very powerfully, and they seemed to struggle with the networking one-to-one and giving even short talks. And so I thought, I know what it's like to be on the other side of that, and I can help.
So, how did you get into the field of public speaking? Because I know you've done a variety of different things. I've navigated different careers, and I know you have as well. So, how did you end up in that area?
Well, along with everything else that I've done through the years, starting out being a hairdresser, I was a trainer. I worked with a public personal development, growth and development company, and then I was a trainer for them too. And I got really trained a lot in presenting and public speaking there. And I was in Toastmasters, for many years. So it's just been there all along with the different things that I've done. So I just thought that's really what I have to give back. It's been the constant.
Well, I think you're right. I think that anytime that someone is in business, we often think that we won't need to speak. But when we are talking to individuals one-on-one or even in small groups or larger groups, we often have to share information about what we do. And that story sometimes changes based upon who we're talking to. Um, so I know you often have told me that public speaking is an inside job. Why do you use that phrase? Why do you say that?
Well, it really starts with who we are for ourselves inside. I mean, our self talk, our beliefs, our self image, because that's going to show up when we get in front of the room. It's all going to play itself out one way or another. And that's where people, I think, get so afraid, is because they don't deal with that part of public speaking. They think it's about what they do and how do they do it, and is my speech right? Am I saying the right words? And what do I do with my hands? That's a big one for people. But it really starts with who a person is inside.
So how do you guide your clients to get comfortable with just taking that first step and talking about themselves or talking about their business?
Yeah, well, I created a program called Show Up, Speak Up, and Get What You Want. And where I start is really with where they are. We start with what's already going on for you. What are the things you say to yourself that's keeping you from being a good speaker? What do you say to yourself that's disempowering? But then I don't leave them there. And then we create, well, what could you say? How can you interrupt those thoughts, those feelings? And how can you begin to say this to be the way you want to be, so that you can say what you want to say and deliver your message from the place you want to be coming from, instead of being terrorized and trying to figure it all out, instead of being connected to yourself.
And I think that that's really important too, because at different stages of our business, we have different strengths and different concerns. So if we are going down a certain path, wait a minute, I'm going to have to stop. Hold on. I'm going to stop. We're going to have to redo.